Hello, and welcome to Hams Radio. I am Hams. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, I just wanted to say thank you for your support. If you are new to my channel is all about finding a life after trauma. I'm showing the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to my own healing journey in hopes that it'll help somebody in theirs. So today I'm just going to do, see how this goes. I'm just going to get really high and talk about a topic that just kind of came into my head. So I'm already pretty high. Smoke a little bit of this, and then we can carry on. Fuck. Maybe not. I don't have a lighter. Shit, hold on 1 second. Cool, no lighter. So we're just going to go off of the weed I already have in my system. Awesome. So the thing I wanted to talk about today was something just kind of, and it's these little realizations that help me get through or explain stuff I think about. So when it comes to empathy, I've been learning I've been learning other perspectives that allows me to give people the benefit of the doubt, give them some room behind them for a backstory, give them some room for whatever's going on in their life that's highly stressful, that's causing them to react in the way that I'm not liking. And kind of the way I put it just in my head just now is everyone operates within their own belief system. And I know that I feel like it sounds like, well, duh. But one thing that was very hard for me to get my head around at the very beginning was that people didn't have the same belief system as I did. I had gone around life assuming that people had a belief system like mine or similar. So I didn't understand why people acted different ways, or when people would do something and I'm like, I would never do that. This is what I would do. And it just feels, I didn't understand that there were other belief systems out there outside of mine. So I just wanted to kind of just talk about that a little bit. And belief system doesn't necessarily mean just religion or spirituality or anything, spirituality or anything like that. It means what are your belief system when it comes to how you should treat other people or how you talk to yourself. Your belief system includes just everything that dictates how you react in certain situations. Your conditioning, I guess, is kind of like your belief system. You're conditioned to serve people, or you're conditioned to expect other people to kind of fill in your needs. So our belief system is going to be drastically different. And that's just something I've been just kind of like mulling around in my head. And when we look at these belief systems, these are just the belief systems that we grew up in. We don't know any different. We don't know any different than the belief system we were raised in. So whether that was an extremely shameful environment or whether it was a very joyful environment, that will be your belief system. I operated or had to operate with a lot of shame growing up. So my belief system includes a lot of shame. And that dictates a lot of what I do because there is an undertone of shame in literally everything. So shame is a huge part of my belief system. Huge, huge, huge. And a lot of what I've been doing lately is combating that shame because I've been reading once you give shame words, once you recognize shame, once you stop ignoring it, once you stop pretending that there is no shame, that's when shame actually starts to dwindle. It starts to retract. The moment you notice it, talk about it, anything, it starts to shrink and it starts to retract back into wherever it came from. And I was unable to function around my shame because I was never able to address it at all. I kept just avoiding it. So I've been changing my belief system over the last few months. And even though I feel like I've been highly motivated to do these changes and figure out what can I do to become better and change my belief system now that I'm calling it that. There was a moment back in May, that moment where I got pushed or shoved, snapped into this journey that I'm on, this healing journey. Something just snapped. Like it was someone came in and just boom. Here's motivation that you've been lacking your entire life. And we're just going to let you have it because you look like you're struggling. And that's kind of what it felt. It felt like someone finally put motivation inside of me to want to be better, to heal, to live a fulfilled life rather than this shell of a life that I've been orchestrating and kind of just operating in. And I'm finding there are a lot of beliefs that I've clinged to because there was a perceived need for that. That belief is part of a system that kept me alive. So I'm clinging to some shit that maybe kept me alive back then, but is now really not doing well when it comes to my life. It is causing a lot of issues in my life. And these beliefs, as non-logical, as nonsensical as they sound, I'm able to look at these beliefs, some of these beliefs, and be like, yeah, that makes no fucking sense. Like, why do I believe that? Or why does that cause me to act in this way? And I can tell myself, my brain can say, that makes no sense, but I'm still unable to get every other part of me on board. So even though I can recognize that it's a shit belief, I can't change it. So there are some of those. There are other beliefs that kind of like I was able to pluck them out like weeds. And it didn't take too much to disentangle from what I believe is myself or how I look at myself, view myself, my self-image. But some of them are just way deeper rooted, and those are the ones I'm still working on. But operating within our belief system. So for me, that allows me, again, it allows me the capacity to show compassion to somebody else. I may not agree with anything they're doing, but I can kind of sit back and say, okay, what kind of belief system would they have that would dictate their behavior in such a way? And then I just feel for them for whatever trauma, whatever event or series of events or period in their life that created them to have to react in such a horrible way, when it's really just out of self-preservation. At some point, they learned that was self-preservation. And yeah, there are just fucking assholes out there too. I get that. But I'm finding it's way, I'm having a more positive experience if I can allow that leeway to everyone, at least in one way or another. And it's definitely something that I want to touch on when it comes to HMH-466. If you've watched my other videos, he is an ex-boyfriend that I dated while I was in the Marine Corps, and he ended up raping me, and he cheated on me, and I went through this terrible, it was bad. But anyways, if I can take him and look at him for as much as I know him, and I know he cheated on his girlfriend with me at the time, and then he started dating me. So kind of understanding like what kind of lifestyle could he have had growing up, or what could have happened in his past. And I'm giving him a lot more leeway than just he's an asshole. He was an asshole, but allowing the possibility that some major trauma happened to him, and I know of one that had happened to him that can definitely kind of shake somebody up to the point of maybe feeling a little bit lost and not knowing and searching for that fulfillment. And unfortunately, I was in his path, and he wasn't happy with his ex-girlfriend. He found me. He wasn't happy with me. He cheated on me. And to not take that as personally as I did back then. Did it hurt? Yeah. Did it suck? Yeah. Was he a dick? Yeah. But if I give him the leeway of just acting out his own wounds, like his own hurt, his own trauma, then I can have a lot more compassion for him. So, because even though it sucks what he did to me, like I don't know if he's doing better. I don't know if he's figured a way to work through his pain, or if he's still kind of dishing it out on other people. So I hope he's doing better. And the fact that I need to be able to show compassion to everybody, and I think being able to show TJ compassion like that is, I think, huge for me. And I haven't really faced it, not like head on. I don't think I faced it. And I think it's allowing me to accept what happened, accept that, yes, it's shitty, but I can't do anything now. All I can do is let go of any resentment, any negative feelings I still have in me towards him. And I think that's super huge. I'm not resolving him of what he did. It's not like, oh, what you did is okay. It has nothing to do with that. It's releasing the hold that I've felt. It's releasing what happened. It's releasing any anxiety, any stress that I still harbor towards him. And it's just accepting it happened and moving on. So I think that's the first time I've spoken kindly of TJ, because I did hold a lot. And I also just felt a lot, just let go, just talking about it, and understanding, just putting maybe his life into perspective. And it wasn't about me. It wasn't about anything. It was about him, and about him figuring stuff out. And I just happened to cross his path. And I realized I definitely have acted out in relationships in ways that are extremely hurtful to the people I've been in relationships for. And I kind of need to own that, because even though I didn't know what I was doing exactly back then or anything like that. I was reacting out of my wounds, and it wasn't fair to the people I was with to treat them in certain ways. So there's that. So operating within our belief system, I think that pretty much describes my ability to show more compassion, empathize more, and just look at the world as more of a lot of wounded people running around, re-wounding each other. And it's not funny, but like that paints the world a lot, not kinder, but just in a very different light to me than feeling like everybody's out there choosing to be these assholes, choosing to be these fucking just straight dicks. When that's not the case, that's just not the case. It allows me to be happier and more optimistic. So, whoa, okay. So that went in a direction that I was not expecting at all, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being able to let, I don't know if everything, but let a lot more surrounding the whole TJ situation go and release some resentment that I've had. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, you found anything useful in this video, if you could like the video, that does help me a little bit as I'm trying to grow my channel and trying to reach out or reach more people who may find any of this information I'm talking about useful. Well, until next time, have a good one.